Welcome back. Miley Cyrus is being sued, accused of copying a Bruno Mars song in her song Flowers.
So the company Tempo Music Investments owned part of the copyright to Bruno Mars' song, When I Was Your Man. Bruno Mars is not actually a plaintiff, so we want to talk to Whitney Traylor here. We were just talking. I'm like, who is here? Of course, 9 News analyst Whitney Traylor.
That's called mom brain fog. It's okay.
I am so sorry.
Yes.
I was up at 3 a.m. with my 4-month-old, but I was actually, we want to read part of like the song here so you can know what we're talking about. You know, I can buy my, I'm not going to sing.
You're not going to sing it? You're just going to read it?
I'm going to read it. But okay, these are the lyrics to Miley's song. I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, I can hold my own hand. Remember that.
Okay, and now we're gonna compare it to Bruno Mars. I should have bought you flowers and held your hand, should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance, take you to every party, because all you wanted to do was dance. It was really difficult for me not to sing, but you don't want to hear me sing. So you have to talk to us about 9 News legal expert, as you said, Whitney Traylor. Talk to us about, does Bruno Mars, whether it's him or his team, do they have a case against Miley Cyrus?
Well, we're going to find out. You know, that's why they sued. And I think that they may have a case here. I looked at a lot of experts. Generally, these cases deal with the musical progression, the way that the notes are put together, things like that. And here, if you listen to the 2 songs, they don't sound anything alike. One's a fast song, one's a slow song. This almost looks more like a clapback, if you will, in that she's sort of responding to what was said in the Bruno Mars song. And the reason that they're saying that is because I guess her ex-husband, Liam Hemsworth, was a fan of the Bruno Mars song. And so the popular notion is that she was doing that in response. So here, I think it's kind of a stretch because there's so many things that are not similar. And the way the courts analyze this is they say, when does the person have access? So did Miley Cyrus have access? Of course, everybody heard the Bruno Mars song. It's a great song. And then is it substantially similar? And that is where you have an ordinary listener test. So this is going to be a jury just of people like you and I. Hey, do these songs sound the same? And I think the answer is probably no. So I think the Bruno Mars team, and it's not Bruno Mars, as you said in the lead.
Right, not a plaintiff.
It's right. It's the group who bought a portion of the copyright that's actually suing. So I think they have an uphill battle.
But this kind of disappoints me because I love the fact that it was like a clapback, right? I made my husband listen. I'm like, listen to the song. Okay, now remember what she said.
Right.
Now we have to listen to the next song because I thought it was so cute and it was like a play on, like you said, her ex-husband, and there was some drama there. But like, how is Miley going to defend herself other than like, this is a cute thing to do, I'm paying homage?
Right. Well, and I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to say, you know, if anything, it was a clapback, if you will, when you're looking at like rap songs or Sweet Home Alabama or things like that. There's an argument that it's de minimis. So sometimes, you know, in music, it's really a question of your creative expression. Is this genuinely, uniquely yours? And there's going to be notes that are going to be similar. You know, there was Katy Perry, although she lost her case, and there were 6 notes only that were in the kind of same progression. Here you don't really have that. So I think she's going to argue that although she had access, it's not substantially similar, and that there's a de minimis connection there. And really, and like I said, if it is somewhat of a clapback or in response, that happens all the time. And that's not a basis for copyright.
What about the line? Because first of all, when I went online today, a lot of people were coming at Miley Cyrus. How dare you do this to Bruno Mars how dare you do this to Miley Cyrus when Bruno Mars isn't even the plaintiff? So that's number one. Would she have some sort of a defamation case against this team that's behind this Bruno Mars song? And number 2, what is this line between copyright infringement and creativity?
Yeah, well, I think you hit it on the head. That's a great question. What is the line? And it's very subjective. And so most case law, you have precedent. So what cases came before and what can we take from that? Here, these cases are completely subjective. So you're looking at, like I said, the ordinary listener test. Does this sound substantially similar? And you look at you know, Marvin Gaye and Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran got on as a defendant. He played a number of songs to show how it can seem similar but really isn't, and he won his case. But then, of course, you had Robin Thicke and Pharrell who lost their case on the Marvin Gaye situation. So there's a lot of artists. What I've seen is there's a significant amount of artists who are really against the notion of this copyright infringement. They want to protect their work, but it's so, the problem is it creates such exposure, and it's so easy to assert a lawsuit. And the majority of these settle because it's expensive to defend, and you just don't want to litigate. You're putting it in the hands of a jury. So there's been congressional hearings where a bunch of artists, they filed amicus briefs. They are going before Congress saying, we need some protection, because all of this is filed under the Copyright Act of 1976.
It just seems so simple to me. Like, why can't they just call each other up? Doesn't everybody in like Hollywood have each other's numbers and just say, hey, Bruno, love your song.
Right.
Want to do a little like clap back at my husband. What do you think?
Yeah.
It could be that simple. It should be that simple.
It should.
Whitney, we can talk about this all day because it is so interesting. But thank you so much for your legal
Sure.
insight.
Good to be here.